Kimberly, the Modern Mess Princess. I am packing up to go to a Christian speaker and writer conference, and we are in the middle of Gratitude Documented right now. It's the month of November, and I don't want to miss any days of documenting that in my Bible. So I had to figure out how I was gonna narrow all my craft stuff down to very, very few essentials. Now, here's the disclaimer. I would still be doing this even if I wasn't just going on a trip, because every time I leave my house, I have to bring some kind of art supplies with me. I've done that since I was a kid, and I always end up using them. I always think I won't have time, but I always find, like, at the end of the day, something to just relax, get my mind off things. So I've got this Gratitude Documented project that I'm going to work on. So I narrowed my whole craft room down to this. This thing is tiny, guys, like tiny. So I want to show you what I put in it. I'm going to call it like my essentials kit, and yeah, so you can see what I'm bringing along. So this is a tiny little pouch I got at Michael's. It came with some funny little stickers and washi tape in it. Actually, here's what we'll do. We'll unpack it all, and then I'll show you what I'm taking and why as we pack it back in, so you can see how all this stuff theoretically fits into here. Now that I got it in once, I better figure out how to get it back in twice, right? Okay, so anyway, this was just a fun little pouch I found at Michael's. And I figured I could use for all sorts of organizing things. And then I was like, ooh, challenge on. I'm gonna fit all my stuff in this tiny little thing. Like, so if you guys know the size of a stamp pad, yeah, it's not much bigger than a stamp pad. So this thing's tiny. And I'm taking enough craft supplies to do stuff for 3 days of Gratitude Documented. And then I'll show you what I'll bring if there's room in my suitcase for a little bit more. But these are my essentials. So I've got my little Gratitude Documented strips here that I've printed out, so I know what the prompts are for each day. You cannot bring scissors or nail clippers, obviously, on an airplane, so I'm just gonna tear these, and they'll just have torn edges, and I'm totally okay with that. I packed a few tabs because I can't take a tab punch or anything like that, so I already have some pre-cut tabs here that I'm putting in because I like to mark my pages with tabs. Then I have some stickers that I have printed out for the prompts for those days that are upside down, that I've cut out already because, again, no scissors. Then I've got some die cuts, just a few little things to decorate the pages, not very many. Brought one of my patches that I sewed. I do have a tutorial on this if you guys want to check that out, how to sew on paper. Another little die cut. Die cuts are nice because they're already cut out, they're cute, and they pack easily. Then I cut this little sticker sheet in half, because stickers are great because they don't need adhesive, right? Because adhesive is kind of a problem. I can't bring glue, and my tape runner, I could bring it, but it's big. So I was trying to figure out how I could get adhesive in here too, and I will show you that in a minute. Another die cut, another sticker pre-cut. Oh yeah, more little pre-cut stickers. So those will be great because I don't have to worry about adhesive. And then for washi tape, I wrapped 2 different kinds of washi tape around a card, and that'll be plenty. I wrapped it around probably 6-7 times, so it's actually quite a bit of washi tape on here, and I only chose 2. Thought about adding a third, but I figured I can live without a third color. And so that packs my washi tape in here because my washi tape was taking up the whole pouch. So then I remembered that little trick. Then I want my Illustrated Faith pens because I know they won't bleed in my Bible. And I'm trying to keep all my die cuts and stuff flat against the back so they don't get all wrinkled up. Stick another pen in there. Whoops. One of my die cuts. There we go. See, you gotta have be pretty pretty well packed here. And then you wouldn't think you'd have room for these monstrous big brush pens, but what I love about them is they can add color really quickly. You can add designs, you can draw with them, you can highlight with them, you can do all sorts of things. So I've narrowed my color palette down too, which helps. I brought everything in pinks and blues to do this stuff with, so that it made taking these pens kind of a no-brainer. Plus, what's cool, they're chunky, but they're short. A lot of the brush markers are too long to fit in this little pouch, and it's like this pouch was made for these markers. Look at that. How cute is that? Now everybody's gonna wanna go get one of these pouches. And then for adhesive, here's what I did. I had some old photo stickers left over from Creative Memories a gazillion years ago that I dug out. And basically it's just a whole strip of adhesive. And so here's the thing. If I want to put on something, one of my die cuts, and one of these little photo splits is too wide because they're about that big, and again, I won't have scissors or clippers, I can just take it off and fold the sticky in half or quarters to make it the size I want. So you kind of got to think ahead about these, taking scissors. And then I was like, oh, I could take a little like nail clippers. Nope, you can't even have navel clippers. Nail clippers on carry-on anymore. So that's my entire kit right there. I'm kind of proud of myself because I'm an overpacker, and to get this much craft stuff into this little space and into this little cutie thing, I am kind of stinking excited about this. So my extras, if I have room, are a water pen, but I'll have to empty it, and this would be one of my watercolor palettes. I have 3 of these different palettes. Oh, look at that. They're trying to go on vacation and get out of the box. Maybe that's a sign they should come with me. They're trying to jump out and come with me. So I have 3 of these little palettes, and they're so cool because they travel so well. Like, this thing is so tiny, I could get it out even on the plane and paint with it. And a water brush is so great for travel too, because you can use it anywhere. And so I might sneak those in because I honestly don't know if I can live without watercolors for the next 4 days. I love watercolors that much. And if I was really going crazy, I would bring a black stamp pad and my little acorn stamp, because I'm putting acorns on every page of my entries for Gratitude Documented this year, but I can come back and add those. So I'm not gonna take that because I don't want to mess with the ink in my suitcase and that potential mess. Now for watercolors, if I want to bring those, I might bring this along too. It's this little, it's very little, it's long, but it's very little. Like, see, here's the size of the watercolors. I think the proportions on this video aren't showing up great. That's what I'm trying to show you. And here's the stamp pad. So it's about as wide as a stamp pad and about twice as long. And what it is a very long watercoloring paper journal. And sometimes to relax, I just really like to just brush on paint at the end of the day. And so I've got plenty of room in this book because I've only used a couple pages, and I just like doing designs. And then those could even be incorporated. I could pull them out of the book and use them in my Bible verse things, or use them on cards, or just leave this book all together in one piece because it's a really nice little linen book. It's kind of fun. It says travel log on it, so I think maybe that's a hint that I'm supposed to bring it with me, right, you guys? So I think I can squeeze in, not without a problem, I think I can squeeze in this little book, a little palette, and a little paintbrush. So I think this right here, that will be the extent. Look at that, you guys. For people who know me in real life, I've always been a chronic overpacker, I guess that's what you could say. So I'm kind of impressed, especially when it comes to art supplies. Now, if this was a retreat where I was doing art, no way. I'd probably opt for more of this and fewer clothing options. Well, I'd bring clothing. That sounded really wrong. The actual hard part is my Bible, because it started out at like 10 pounds and now with all this funness going on, it's even heavier. So that's actually going to be more of a challenge to bring than the supplies themselves. So I hope that helps. If you guys have travel tips, I would love to hear about them. Leave them in the comments, or feel free to ask me a question. I just thought this was kind of a fun idea and how to think compactly, and if you're bringing carry-on luggage so you can't have scissors and glue and all this kind of stuff, how you can bring a little itty-bitty mini kit with you to do Bible journaling on the road. Alright, I hope this was helpful. If it was, yeah, my Chihuahua likes it because it's a picture of him. Yeah. If you like this and you find it helpful, he's telling you to please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you back again with another tutorial. Bye.